Check it out, folks. Look at the figs. This fig tree, it's loaded down. There's my bell pepper plant. Done been picking off these things for a month or so or longer. This is what you call a fig pepper. Not a fig pepper, a fish pepper. I got figs on the brain. I've seen them ripe figs there. I'm ready to eat. Actually, I'm going to take them and put them in the freezer until I get enough to make some fig preserves. This little spot here in front of the shack here, it's shaded in the afternoon, which helps on the keeps these plants from burning up so bad and evaporating out all my water to water in the mornings. There's some basil. Some more peppers. I hope to one day have me like a food forest. Everything come through here and everything be edible. And there's some different types of bell peppers. It's called a habanero pepper drooping down there, loaded down with peppers. And there's another fish pepper plant. My ladder, I've been putting a coat in the sealer on the siding. This is a disaster for the most part, but it's getting there. This one-man band that I am, I have to do what I can as I'm able. There's my bunch of lemon balm. Some pretty marigolds. My calendula about burned up in this most recent heat wave drought. It's coming back. I've been watering it, and it had a little spell there where we had some water. There's some more fig trees I got set out around front yard that I might got from my cuttings from back in the fall from my big fig tree that I just showed. I got them scattered around through here. That's catnip transplanted from a pot a couple of days ago. It's after the shock, it's starting to look a little bit better. I got to give her some more water. I got them fig cuttings spread out down through here. In another year or two, I'll be loaded with figs. I won't have to worry about saving them and putting them in the freezer to save up enough. That's a spearmint plant I transplanted. It got so big. This is one my sister gave me. Jelaine, she gave me a couple years ago, and that thing outgrew the pot, so I've cut it back a couple of times this year to get the spearmint leaves off of for teas. Like I say, eventually I'm going to have all of this covered in something food forest. More figs, more whatever. There's a couple of sage plants. A sweet pepper plant. Got me some fall squash I'm growing. Hopefully I can avoid the squash bugs. My earlier squash this spring, they got infested right off a bat with squash bugs. Didn't have too good a harvest this year with them in the spring, but hopefully I'll make up for it. My squash, there's my bunching onions. They're not the type that bulbs. More peppers. As you can tell, I like growing the peppers. Squash. As you can see, I've got a lot of cleaning to do and a lot of work to do around here. Don't have a lot of time, but well, I have what I got, but I have time, I guess. But don't feel like it half the time, especially as hot as it is. This right here is some stuff you generally want to avoid in the wild. Is stinging nettle. I bought me some seed. I don't have none growing wild here, so I bought me some seed. It's a good medicinal plant. Of all that I put in this little pot, it's the only, well, there's two, I think, there that come up. It's probably a late time I planted them. When the bottom of that pot, it's a suffering. It needs transplanted, fertilized probably. There's one of my peppercini pepper plants. A little bit spicy, but nothing like habaneros that are orange looking. You can know these are good green or orange. There's some thyme. You got the thyme, rosemary. That thing's doing pretty good. It's going to be needing to be transplanted. Another little rosemary was given to me recently. Got it potted in a little bit bigger pot. Some mint down in there. I know it. I transplanted back earlier in the spring. It's doing good.